Coming up on FaceTime.
I like TED. I watch the videos, but just far away.
就是参与者众多，而且基本上都是年轻人。
So that in itself was really impressive to me that they had the courage to trust a foreigner to run an event.
确实需要这么一个平台，就是我们这个活动找准了这个需求。
There were many times that Lisa wanted to quit.
Wait, before you said we, and now you say Lisa. So how did that change?
It's great to be here. Anna just told you my story, so I don't actually have anything to say, so thank you. No, it's a pleasure to be here in Shenzhen. The reason why I like to be in Shenzhen is because it's nice.
Inspirational and enthusiastic events like TED are now very trendy. They focus on encouraging individuals to change their lives, futures, and ultimately their world. In Shenzhen's Futian district, a non-profit international event with over 700 people has been held each month since February 2014.
Hello everyone. When I came here, I don't know Idea Exchange is such a big audience.
Idea Exchange, as the name indicates, is a platform for sharing ideas. Lisa comes from Chongqing. After graduation, she came to Shenzhen looking for a job. A twist of fate, and she met an American teacher, Sean. They hit it off and created Idea Exchange together. Since then, Lisa and Sean have been working full-time. But running a non-profit event is hard to sustain. So, what's the story?
This is the
Let's check it out.
Idea Exchange we've done this year, and it's been very successful so far. And we are glad that you guys are coming back month after month. So thank you again for coming.
I kind of feel that Idea Exchange is similar in some ways to TED. Maybe you can explain to me how Idea Exchange is different to TED.
Well, we most focus on the individual. We want the speaker more relate to the audience, so they can learn from the speaker. Now, like TED, as far as I know, they can focus on the word. For the big side of us, we want to focus on the individual. So the topic that we choose, the speaker that we choose, is more related to the audience. They have kind of related, so that's how it can inspire them more.
How do you tailor Idea Exchange to local audiences? I mean, Chinese audiences may be different in some ways to those overseas.
Well, they're absolutely different. And I think after spending almost 7 years in China, a lot of that time in the classroom and around people from different segments of the population, I've come to understand what their needs are and what their desires are. And so for me, like Lisa said, it's mostly about trying to inspire them to think about who they are and about what they want. I think the biggest problem is they grow up in a society that doesn't ask them to ask questions, that doesn't push them to want to know themselves. And so I feel like we're that kind of parent that says, hey, who are you? What do you want? You know, talk to me, communicate with me, you know, let me know what's going on. And I think that gives them the opportunity to walk away from the stage and listening to what people have said and think about, you know, am I happy? Do I like this job? Do I like this boyfriend or this city? Am I happy doing what I'm doing? If not, how can I become happy?
First time, as Sean mentioned, I was just an audience. I saw how he organized. I mean, I loved it. We have about 9 speakers the first event, and I feel like I can learn from them. It's like I like TED. I watch the videos, but just far away. It's my first time to sit, that close to watch those, to watch the speakers and have a chance to ask them questions and talk to them. And it just feels like TED is live, and that's how I feel besides. And as a Chinese person, I can tell what the Chinese would like on another aspect.
And speaking of speakers, what does it take to become a speaker at one of your events?
Well, I have an application form on our website, and so everyone is free to apply. And
so you don't have to be a celebrity or a successful businessman or a big shot.
We started out in a way that I believe is actually good. It keeps us humble. Going back to the question about TED, I think a lot of people feel like after 30 years, TED's become this very elitist kind of event where, you know, only the rich can afford to watch, and the people that are poor are stuck watching it online. And the way that we've done it, we feel like if you have someone like that, they might not be able to relate to the audience, or the audience might not be able to accept their message as well as if it's someone that's more like them. And so by having people that are normal, you know, we've had people that are wealthy, that have been CEOs of companies and been successful, and we've also had English teachers and people that are just normal, you know, working class people. And so I think that mix is what keeps it fresh and what keeps people inspired to keep coming back and learn.
Idea Exchange has been founded for 1 year, and it has gained a lot of attention from society thanks to their hard work connecting with businesses, local government and social organisations.
But speaking of the government, you have had a lot of encouragement and support from the Shenzhen government.
Yeah.
And what kind of things have they done to help make Idea Exchange what it is today?
Well, I mean, we're sitting in the venue that we use for the event. And the Fujian government provided this venue to us last year.
It's an amazing venue.
Yeah, I mean, if we had to pay for this venue, it would probably cost 20 to 50,000 RMB for an event, for one event.
Yeah.
So that allowed us to exist. And so that showed that the Shenzhen government accepted us and acknowledged us and trusted us. And I've never heard of that happening in China before. So that in itself was really impressive to me, that they had the courage to trust a foreigner to run an event in a venue that's for private use only, that no one else outside of the government has ever been allowed to use.
Yeah, it's amazing.
我们就是外事办成立以来呢，就是可能几个方面。一个呢，就是对于这种由社会团体他们自己做的一些涉及到国际文化交流、国际人士交流的这样的一些，或者国际社区交流的这样的一些活动，我们会给予支持。公益活动，那么比如说这个 Idea Exchange， 它特别就是它整个这个活动的构想特别适合深圳这样的一个城市，一个外来移民比较多。我们现在原来讲是一个移民城市，它讲的更多的是全国各地的。那现在实际上它确实是一个国际化城市。那我们福田区今年的统计呢，就是去年的统计，那就是就登记的人口都有1万多，就是光福田区就有将近1万多的这样的就是外籍人士到福田，有半年以上的居住的时间，实际上这个国际化程度已经是有基础的了。我去过2次，那第2次就把小孩带去了。一个是呢现场这个人头攒动很热闹，就是参与者众多，而且基本上都是年轻人。大家就是确实需要这么一个平台，就是我们这个活动找准了这个需求，然后大家都是用英语交流，我感觉到现在年轻人的英语能力水平已经非常高了，就是完全可以达到这种就是通畅交流的这样的一个程度。
Wow, so it's a great networking event as well.
Absolutely.
I bet you guys have also met a few big shots along the way. Can you tell us about some of them?
We met Dr. Song Li, the CEO of Zhen Aiwang. Yeah. He came to our event in April last year, and he was in the audience, and he stood up and he said, "By the way, I'm Dr. Song Li." I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Like, I didn't know we were that cool. Like, that was our 3rd event, and he was there.
Wow.
And that was just pretty impressive to me that, you know, someone would kind of come down from their office and hang out with everyone else. I don't know anything about him, but I thought it was really cool that, you know, such a big person would come down and spend time with us.
And another one is the Hangzhou government official. He just fly for our event and left the same day. He gave us his name card. He wants us to go to Hangzhou, and they say Shanghai and Beijing has friend, but we cannot expand there yet because only 2 of us. We don't have the energy.
Yeah.
But do you have plans to expand the Idea Exchange further around China?
For me personally, I think Shenzhen is our home, and I think it's hard enough to just focus on Shenzhen. If we were to do anything outside of Shenzhen, it would be at least 5 to 10 years out, because Shenzhen has a lot of work that needs to be done before, you know, it's ready to be a proper model for the rest of the country for something like this.
Apart from the support they receive from the Fujian district government, there are many volunteers from all walks of life that help the events run smoothly.
我在网上看到 Idea Exchange 的消息， 然后觉得这个活动很有意思，它是首先是一个英文的活动，然后我想提高一下我的英文，并且它的演讲嘉宾都是来自世界各地不同的地方，所以我想来尝试一下。我作为听众的那一期的话，当时有一个演讲嘉宾，他是一个外国人，在很多年前出差来到深圳之后，作为深圳这个城市让他觉得很新奇，然后很有意思，然后他就在回国之后把所有的东西都卖掉，然后决定来到中国生活，来到深圳这个地方。我非常佩服他的勇气，在经历了许多当时他一句中文都不会在经历了许多困难之后，他成功的找到了如何在中国生活的一种方式，所以。我觉得他的故事挺激励我的，觉得不应该对新的事情有任何的恐惧，然后不断的去尝试，保持对这个世界的好奇心。
I know you were in Wuhan teaching at university there, and Lisa, you come from Chongqing. How did the two of you get together in Shenzhen to create this massive success that's been Idea Exchange? How did that come about?
Well, I came to Shenzhen before. It's not my first time come back. It's like come back to Shenzhen, and I know him through a couchsurfing WeChat group, and we just start talking. I observed he started the first Idea Exchange, and he wanted me to start with him for the later on, and I loved it. And at the same time, I feel like people need it, like especially people like me. I don't know what I want to do in my life. I have no idea. My major was business administration. I learned a lot of, which means I have no major, honestly speaking. Like, in the West, they study MBA master, not like bachelor. But for me, like, honest, I can do this, I can do that, but I don't have any
certification.
Certification. Or I'm not specialized in any other like.
Hey, I feel you, because I have a Bachelor of Arts in Applied Linguistics, and once you graduate from that, you really have no idea.
Yeah, you have no direction. If my major is accounting, I can be an accountant, but like I'm not, so it's hard for me to know what I want to do. And my family is they're business person, they're business people, so I really don't know. Then Matt Shang, he really inspired me a lot while working with him. He let me find what I love to do, what I want. I like to help people. And when I was young, a lot of people helped me because my parents were not with me, and they're out, making money, doing business. So I was kind of on my own. Then a lot of people helped me. I want to pass that love to others.
So you want to give back to society, and you didn't know how, and then you came across Sean. And so how did you guys become a team?
I was in Wuhan for 4.5 years, and I was a teacher there. And one day I woke up, and I said, you know what? I love China, but it's time to leave Wuhan. I'm tired of being an English teacher. I speak Mandarin. No one around me speaks Mandarin. There's something here. I think I've got a big opportunity. I don't want to be here anymore. Let's go somewhere else. So I spent a lot of time doing research on what parts of China would be good, because I didn't really know anything about China outside of Wuhan. I traveled to other cities, but I didn't know what life was really like long-term in any of those places. And then I thought that Shenzhen would be a really good place because it's warm. I'm from Miami, so the climate is very similar between there and here. And it was next to Hong Kong, so there's a lot of opportunities to go to events over there. And so I decided to come down, and I visited Shenzhen, and I thought that it was a really good place. And so I decided to find a job, and I stayed, and I've been here almost 2 years now.
In fact, Sean and Lisa also worry and are confused about these questions. But now they are not only working partners, but also life partners as well. Even so, they are still facing a lot of pressure, but not only from work.
I've been in China for a period of time as well. I know what Chinese parents want from their daughters' partners. How do they feel about you working in a charity organisation that doesn't earn a lot of money, and also your partner is also your business partner in a business that's not making money? How do they feel about that?
Well, for sure they will disagree. So that's why I keep a secret. I didn't tell them.
You haven't told them?
They know. The mom and sister know about me.
Okay.
They came to visit back in October after we'd been together for about 6 or 7 months, and they stayed with us for a week. And she, like in the beginning, she pretended that we weren't together, But like, you know, they were living in the second room in our house, so it's
Yeah.
kind of hard to escape that.
Yeah.
I think the mom knew. And so I got the feeling that the mom really liked me because I did my best to be good to her. And on the last day before she left, I said to her, look, you know, I need you to know that I love your daughter and I'm in a relationship with her. Can you accept that? And she said, sure, why not? You're a good guy. I like you. She said, you know, all that matters is you treat her right.
Yeah.
And that's become now, when are you going to buy a house? Where's the house?
That was going to be my next question, because Chinese parents, you know, does he have a house? Does he have a car? How much does he earn every year? Do you still feel that pressure?
Of course, like okay, as you mentioned, only my mom knows. My family, not just about my mom. My parents on my father's side, my parents on my mother's side, and my uncles, my aunts. There's so many people, you know. They are just not one. My mom, single person. You know, they would all disagree.
Have your parents been to one of the events?
Oh no.
You should invite them.
They don't live in
understand.
Shenzhen.
They don't live here.
Yeah, but I mean, if they came and saw you at one of the events and saw the success that you've had, I'm sure that they would be very proud.
Well, but I think Chinese people have a different understanding of success. They think you have to make money, you know, you have a car, you have a house. So
She suggested many times that we sell the tickets.
Really?
Her mom, yeah.
If for us, like for them, they may not feel like it's because they feel like I might just waste of my time. They don't understand the concept of what we're doing.
I want to go back to the bumps along the way. I'm sure there were some challenges that you guys faced. Can you tell us about some of them?
Well, there were many times that Lisa wanted to quit.
Wait, just before you said we, and now you say Lisa. So how did that change?
So there were many times. So planning an event once a month on this scale is very difficult because we do have volunteers and they are very helpful for us, but they also have their own full-time jobs and their own social lives. And so there's not too much time that everyone is able to put in. Some people can put in more time, some people have only a little bit. And so on a daily basis, it basically is Lisa and I. And so, you know, in the beginning when we were working with the Fujian government, we would only find out like a week or 2 weeks in advance if we had a venue for that month, because we had to apply every month and write a report and all that. And so it was very difficult because we were spending our time, at least 50 hours a week sometimes or more, planning an event that we weren't even sure was going to happen. And so it was very frustrating for us. And so there came a time when we, you know, went to the government. We said, look, guys, we've got people that are coming from Hong Kong and Macau and other cities for the event and to speak at the event. We need to be able to plan in advance. So they gave us a 6 months, you know, window where they said, all right, these are the dates you want. Fine, here you go. And that gave us a lot more freedom. And once we got past that bump, the event was much easier to run. But that didn't take away from the stress of, okay, we've spent a month planning this event, the event happened, okay, fantastic, let's take a day or two to rest, and then, okay, now we need to start planning again.
It's just non-stop.
Non-stop.
Because after the event, I need to write the report to the media or to the government. Just, you know, the photos, get back from the volunteers, just so many things. And after that, we will continue to plan the next one. So just non-stop.
And we had to keep posting on the WeChat, and we had to edit the videos and get the audio together and all the photos and edit them and, you know, make sure that everything would keep running.
We still have, you know, decades of videos sitting in our laptop unedited.
Dozens, like 15 or 20. It's become easy.
Easy.
Yeah, it was very stressful the first few months because I had to spend a lot of time teaching myself how to plan and organize this event. Because I didn't have any experience before I started it. When I realized that it was big, I knew that I had to push myself to make it bigger. You know, the first time we had 100 people at our event, we did no marketing, and we thought we were going to have about 30 or 40, maybe. And so the second time we got a venue that held 250 and we put 300 people in that room. Again, we didn't spend any money on marketing. The third time we had this venue and we had 600 people come, and again, we didn't spend money on advertising.
It's all word of mouth.
Yeah. Wow. And so after that, I knew that, you know, now we have a big stage. Now we have a really big opportunity to show people what we can do. So we have to do it right, or else don't do it at all. And so I spent at least 100 hours studying all of the manuals that TED organizers have. So I taught myself how TED organizes an event so that I could put on the sim quality professional event. So I taught myself how to take the photos and how to do the videos and all that so that I could teach other people how to do it too. And so I wrote a blueprint that basically anyone can access if they want. They can ask me for it, that talks about every single part of our event and how it's organized.